We are thrilled to have you here. You are an outstanding group of individuals representing so many different backgrounds and experiences. Your presence here makes our school even stronger. I know I speak for the entire dental school leadership team when I say we are already proud of each and every one of you and are fortunate to have you as part of our community. Thinking back to my first day of dental school, I can still remember the range of emotions I felt, many of which I am sure you're experiencing now too. The thrill of excitement of starting a new chapter mixed with a healthy dose of nerves and maybe even a little bit of fear of the unknown. But above all, the feeling that resonated most was hope. Hope for the future, hope for making a broader impact, hope for contributing to the greater good. Entering the dental profession comes with a profound responsibility to serve the needs of those in your community and help them lead healthier lives. This is no small feat, and I have every confidence you all will rise to the occasion. So this morning, as you begin your dental education, I encourage you to do so with the end in mind. Think about your dreams and aspirations. When all of this is said and done, what does success look like to you? What do you see? Do you see yourself owning your own practice, or pursuing research, or teaching future dental professionals? Even if right now the path feels unclear, trust that your journey here will lead you to your next destination and that we will be here supporting you along the way. Now, none of us who have ever taken this journey you are about to embark upon have done it without the support, guidance, and wisdom of others. The transformation from student to dentist truly is a village undertaking. You all have arrived at this point with the guidance, love, and support of others, many of whom may be watching virtually today. These people believe in you, and so do we. As dental students, you'll continue to rely upon your personal support system in years to come. Students, please join me in thanking your parents, siblings, relatives, friends, life partners, neighbors, loved ones, and other well-wishers for providing support to you, the next generation of dentists. Give yourself a hand. And now, it is a distinct privilege that I officially welcome you, our class of 2025, to our community. Thank you. Give yourself a hand. I ask that the rest of the speakers come to the podium in the order of the printed program. Introduce yourselves and provide brief remarks. Thank you.
Good morning, all. Parents, guests, Dean Chance, faculty, staff, and most importantly, the class of 2025. I didn't think I'd make it this far, but here I am. I'm Dr. Ron Oceanero, professor of dentistry, a member of the American College of Dentists and the International College of Dentists, organizations that had their beginnings well over 100 years. The colleges symbolize the ethical conscience of our profession that lives by 5 principles of its ethical code, which I will define shortly. This indeed is a very special day for you and your loved ones. Just as the robe you may have worn at your most recent graduation was a symbol of your achievement and foretold a new beginning, the white coat that you are to receive today is also a symbol of your status as a practitioner of the healing arts. It marks the beginning of your life as a professional, so it's a sign of your professionalism. Professionalism is defined as the aims, conduct, and qualities that mark an individual in addition to a very special skills. One of the popular and well-known ethical marks of a professional is non-maleficence, or do no harm. We've all heard of that. My father used to enjoy telling the story of an old Venetian about a ferry boat man who was rowing a priest across the Grand Canal in Venice, Italy. He is sitting in the back of the gondola, watching the gondola man bend over the oars, and the priest asks, "Tell me, my good man, have you studied any philosophy?" The gondolier answered, No philosophy." "A pity," the priest replies. "You waste a quarter of your life." The gondolier keeps rowing. "What about history? Have you learned any history?" "No," says the gondolier. "No history." "What a shame," says the priest. "You've wasted half of your life." Gondolier man keeps on rowing. "Mathematics," says the priest. "Sure, you've learned some mathematics." "No," said the gondolier. "No mathematics." "A tragedy," the priest said. "You've wasted 3/4 of your life." About this time, they are in the middle of the Grand Canal. The gondolier looks down to see water filling the bottom of the boat. "Tell me, Father," he said, "have you learned to swim?" The priest says, "No." "A pity, Father. You've wasted all your life." Non-maleficence. Do no harm. Indeed, what good is it all, the philosophy, history, math acquired over the past 4 years, and languages and accounting, English, economics as well? It is traditional at commencement with a person conferring degrees to say something like, "Welcome to the community of scholars." Well, is that really something special? I suppose it is, but really only postpones the question, what good is it to be a scholar if what that college education makes you? Let me begin by saying what good it's not. The bad news is that 4 years of your college have not made you an expert on almost anything. There is almost, if not entirely, no field that you have mastered so intensely as to be able to make significant advances and contributions in the state of human knowledge. But the good news is that if you have understood the bad news, you are an educated person, and you wouldn't be sitting in this room if you weren't. One of the values of a college education, especially a liberal college education, is to make the mind aware of the immeasurable immensity of human knowledge and even the greater immensity of things still unknown. One can be told that, but one cannot really appreciate it until he or she has researched some infinitesimal point in some specialized field and has seen how many fine minds have been over that territory before, some of them 2,000 years ago, and seemingly are no more stupid than we are today. Thus, the educated man or woman is not a know-it-all. This attitude of humility before the breadth of knowledge mankind has accumulated, and even before greater breadth of the unknown, is really the beginning of wisdom. The know-it-all has nothing to learn. How do you ultimately succeed? I guarantee no matter what field you are entering will depend very little upon the specific items of knowledge that you now have crammed into your head. That will be true even if you go into an advanced degree in dentistry. I suspect I have forgotten much of the anatomy, biochemistry, Krebs cycle, and microbiology I learned in a fine Western Reserve University at that time, School of Dentistry, back in 61. That's 1961. Smarty. And what do I remember from that time now has all but changed. The world changes quickly, and today's important knowledge is tomorrow's trivia. This indelible mark is to be implanted today is a seed that over the years must grow into your excellence of care for your patients. Really uncompromised care and patient trust. And so it is, as in the Kenny Loggins song of the 70s, waiting for his father's open heart surgery. Today's world is fraught with ambiguous situations in all our aspects of our life, from birth to death. Some of these issues raise circumstances that require ethical decisions. We've certainly seen that over the last year worldwide. The white coat is a visible sign of our commitment to our profession's ethical principles, which are the very essence of your success with your patients and peers. Remember these principles well. They are not complicated. They are the seeds that must continue to grow. They are the litmus paper or the judgment of your professional life, behavior, work, and activities, ethical or not, pass or not. They are as follows. First, to be beneficent, to do good always. The dentist has the duty to promote the patient's health and welfare with compassion and empathy. Second, to be non-maleficent, to do no harm. The dentist has the duty to refrain from harming the patient, the obligation to keeping knowledge and skills current, and to know one's limitation. Was the priest and the gondolier non-maleficent? Think about it. Third, justice, to be just or fair. The dentist has a duty to treat people fairly, to deliver care without prejudice, and to pursue access to care for those in need. Fourth, to hold patient autonomy. The dentist has the duty to respect the patient's right to self-determination, that is choice, and confidentiality. And lastly, veracity or impeccable truthfulness. The dentist has the duty to communicate truthfully in all healthcare matters. At Sydney University, where there were 4 students taking chemistry, they did so well on the quizzes, midterms, labs, etc. Each at the time had an A for the semester. These 4 friends were so confident with the finals approaching that the weekend before they decided to go to Canberra and party with some friends. Canberra is the capital of Australia, a little bit south of Sydney, about 200 miles. They had a great time. However, after all the hard partying, They slept all day Sunday and didn't make it back to Sydney until early Monday morning, the morning of the final exam. Rather than taking the final, they decided to find their professor after the exam and explain to him why they missed it. They explained that they had gone to Canberra to do some research at the Australian National University Archives for the weekend and planned to come back in time to study and take the examination. But unfortunately, they had a flat tire on the way back, didn't have a spare, and couldn't get help for a long time. As a result, they just arrived now. The professor thought it over for a while and then agreed they could make their final exam the following day. The guys were elated and relieved. They studied hard that night, all night, and went in the next morning at the time the professor had told them. He placed them each in a separate room and handed each of them a 100-point test booklet and told them to begin. The first problem was worth 5 points. It was something simple about free radical formation. Cool, they all thought in their separate rooms. This is going to be easy. Each finished the problem and then turned the page. Question 2, worth 95 points, which simply asked, which tire? 3 lessons here. 1, the weight and the brevity of the question specified the importance of the matter. In this case, lack of veracity, the truth. 2, the justice of the professor. And 3, the admonition, don't come late for any of my tests. This was an example of a lack of veracity followed by the truth, justice. Beneficence, do good. Non-maleficence, do no harm. Autonomy, choice. Essentially, upholding these principles is the reason why dentistry is ranked number 1 in the profession in U.S. News and World Report for several years. And simply put, these principles are dedicated to pursuing what is right for humankind, exactly how you would like to be treated. For further clarification, check them out on ada.org. Practice them and live by them throughout your professional lives, starting now when you put that white coat on. The very whiteness of your coat is the visible sign of your purity to commitment to these ideals. I recall the time when I received my white coat, about 100 years ago. We called them clinical gowns then. We received them before we were to see patients for the very first time in our 3rd year of the old dental school. That day, like today, there was a deep sense of arrival, a pride that we all felt as we anticipated receiving our clinical gowns. To be recognized and called doctor for the very first time was goosebumping, exhilarating, to say the least. And therein lies the very difference between self-stated professionals, the title doctor. You are to wear the white coat with honor, wear it with pride, with dignity, and most importantly, wear it with a deep sense of humility, because you represent our dental profession and our School of Dental Medicine and this great university, all of which is far greater than any one of us individually. Congratulations from our university, our School of Dental Medicine, the American College and the International Colleges of Dentistry, and our Dean Chance, faculty, and staff, we all wish you the very best in your educational pursuits. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Oceanero. My name is Dr. Keith Schneider. I'm honored to present the Pierre Fauchard Academy Student Scholarship Award today. The Pierre Fauchard Academy is an honorary dental service organization that was founded in 1936, whose mission is to recognize and develop outstanding leadership in the dental profession. The Oral Health Foundation of the Pierre Fauchard Academy believes in the promotion of oral health with the education of dental practitioners. The professional education of students is to not only produce superb clinicians, but to also encourage the development of leadership and leadership qualities. This scholarship is awarded to a dental student who has demonstrated great potential to become an outstanding leader in the dental profession. As a past recipient of this award and current fellow of the Academy, it is my honor to present the 2021 Pierre Fauchard Student Scholarship Award to student Dr. Ashley Kement in recognition of her leadership and accomplishments in the advancement of the dental profession in her time here at the dental school. So, thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, wow. Thank you, everyone, so much. Welcome and congratulations. As Dr. Schneider so kindly introduced, my name is Ashley Kement. I'm a D4 or senior right across the street. I'm also the Executive Student Council President or Student Body President, so it is my honor to be here to extend some welcoming remarks on behalf of the entire student body. So again, congratulations. This is such an exciting day. And congratulations to all your friends and family back home. As Dean Chan said, they are very much a part of this process, and we're so grateful to have them supporting us along the way. So I want to take some time. First and foremost, I think I speak on behalf of the entire student body when I say if you need anything at all, please don't hesitate to reach out to your upperclassmen. It was paid forward to us so kindly as we were going through dental school, and we're more than excited to pay it forward again to you. So don't be shy. My classmates are the ones in the obnoxiously green scrubs across the street. You can't miss us, so come on up if you have any questions. I do want to take some time to offer some words of advice as well. So I remember back when I was starting dental school, I was kind of nervous about the whole stigma surrounding professional school, that everybody's super competitive and uptight and cutthroat and stressed out all the time. And quite frankly, I was really pleasantly surprised to find when I got here that that was not the case. What I found instead was just this incredible theme of collegiality among your classmates and among the student body as a whole. So really embrace that collegiality. There's a lot to go around and so much goodness to come from that along the way. Next up, of course, hit the ground running next week when you get started. Definitely take your studies very, very seriously. That should go without saying. However, try not to take yourself too seriously along the way. Dental school is not meant to be easy, and I can tell you it's certainly not, but it is very, very easy to enjoy each and every challenge that comes your way when you surround yourselves with positive attitudes and an amazing team. So look left, look right, front and back. This is your team, and if I do say so myself, it looks like a pretty good one, so I'm really excited for what the next 4 years have in store for you. I will leave you with a quick story to kind of tie that all together. So rewinding back to my first year, and you will do this as well, you have preclinical courses where you practice drilling on typodont teeth in the sim clinic. So there's ones for crown preps, for cavity preps, and all sorts of other things in between. It's in the room directly on the other side of the building if you haven't seen it yet. So part of these courses that we take are something called competencies, and that's kind of like your final exam, but in hand skills format. So they're big deal, they're very stressful. So for basic procedures and operative dentistry, that's your cavity prep course that you will take. I was no natural starting out. I was really kind of struggling at first. So I had to put a lot of work in both during class class, after school, on the weekends, all that good stuff. The best part was having a bunch of my classmates in the same room with me, all giving each other critique and learning together. And when it came time for that competency, I really felt like, I had really improved. I was ready, put in the work. Let's take this competency. So I walk into the comp, and our professor gives us which tooth we were supposed to drill. I drilled it, and I was so happy at the end. I looked down, and I thought to myself, this is the best one I have done all semester. The work paid off. I was feeling pretty good about myself, so I turned it in. Didn't think twice about it until, I kid you not, 3 a.m. that following night when I bolted upright out of my sleep, eyes wide open, realizing, oh my gosh, that beautiful prep was on the wrong tooth. The wrong tooth. It was supposed to be left. I drilled it on the right. Luckily, it was, thank goodness, a typodont tooth and not a human being. But wow, I was devastated. So when you drill the wrong tooth, no matter how good that little prep was, it's an automatic failure. And I had never failed anything in my life. So needless to say, I was devastated. But fret not, there's a second chance. So what happens when you fail a comp is something called remediation. So at the end of the semester, you repeat the test, and unfortunately, the highest grade you can earn is a C. So sad. So I accepted my fate, and onward I went to remediation. Walking in, I'm trudging my feet, feeling like the only person in the world that has to remediate today. But as I got closer and closer to the door, and this is at the old school now, you couldn't see through the windows like you can here. I was hearing kind of a lot of chatter coming from in there, and I opened the door. I look left, I look right, and lo and behold, there's my 3 best friends and about half the class, all in remediation together. It's okay, it happened. So what did we do? We took our remediation, we got each other through it, we learned together, we grew together, and we're better off because of it. And now fast forward a few years later, and we're across the street changing lives in the clinic every single day, and it won't be long before you guys are there too. So moral of the story is embrace and love, love, love your dental team around you. Hit the ground running, work hard. It's okay to make mistakes, learn from them. We're better because of them. And don't take yourselves too seriously along the way. So with that, congratulations again. Welcome again. Such an exciting day. You have a bright, bright future ahead of you. And thank you so much for having me today. I will see you guys around. So thanks.
All right, good morning, class of 2025. In light with everything that everyone else has said, this is going to sound repetitive. And what I want you to take away from that is how unified our whole profession is, whether it's from an educational standpoint, a private practice standpoint, in the middle of it, after it, we're all together. My name is Dr. Joe Leon, and I am the president of the Greater Cleveland Dental Society. I graduated dental school from the University of Kentucky in 2000, so I'm not a native Clevelander, but here I am. To this point, you have worked hard, you've sacrificed free time to earn your grades, you've dedicated countless hours to research and preparation, and let's admit it, you have the natural skill to propel you down this path. You've come from all over the world, all over the country, to be a part of this class. It's your class. You're going to meet some of the best friends you'll ever have. Some of you will probably even meet a spouse. The tough times you're going to go through together will be buried by the memories of all the good times and achievement you're about to experience. Your dedication has opened a door into a rewarding profession, and it's going to be one of the most exciting things you'll ever do for the rest of your lives. You're joining a profession and a professional community grounded in the concept of servant leadership. Think for a moment about and envision your future in dentistry. Every day you're going to be working to help someone, and your success will be based on how you can provide that help. You're also likely to have a staff that looks up to you for guidance and leadership. And the concept of servant leadership empowers others to be their best, to build a community, an office, a practice that benefits everyone. Think about how these following ideas will apply not only to your patient interactions and practice management, but also how you're going to apply them to other aspects of your life. Similar to what Dr. Chant said, you have to listen to everyone. You have to listen to clarify what their desires are. You have to have empathy to understand why they want what they want. In dentistry, we use healing to bring about transformation. You're going to meet patients who have seen other dentists, who have had negative experiences. And staying focused on the negative is not a way to move forward. Healing brings about transformation, and using that to help someone get past a negative situation is really the only thing and the best thing you can do to help them. You have to maintain awareness, and specific to your staff or working with others. Maintain awareness of the strengths and weaknesses of those around you. Do what you can to empower people's talents. Don't pick on something that someone doesn't have. Everyone is proud of something they can or can't do. I can't run a marathon, but I'm sure someone in this class can. And that's the person that you need to be on your team if you need someone to run a marathon. Remember to conceptualize beyond what has to happen today. Use your dreams. You guys are the future of dentistry. Try to think in terms of what you would want, not necessarily only what you're being taught. The value and the education of what you're going to hear from the people in this school is going to create an amazing foundation for you, but you will take that and you will grow. And have the foresight to learn from the past to avoid the consequences that maybe we're dealing with right now. You have to maintain a commitment to the growth of people to build that community of contributors. Talk to your patients about their needs and desires for treatment. Include their input in treatment plans. Foster an understanding connection so that everyone enjoys the same success because of a shared commitment to a common goal. Work to build a community of success and to understand the opportunity of change. You're going to hear so much about change, the world. It's a dead message at this point, but the opportunity of change is something that you guys will embrace as you move forward. Just as your world has changed, the profession of dentistry has changed as well. Imagine those of us who have our own practices, maybe some of your parents who have their own companies, being told you have to close your doors for an undetermined amount of time. We could only see patients on an emergency basis. We were forced to release staff members, many of whom may have been with us for years. And at the end of the day, we're all very worried about our families and our well-being and the families of our staffs. There was no set source of income. No one knew when or how we were going to open our offices again, and we had to embrace a level of change never before seen in life, and frankly, we're all still figuring it out. You're going to find help for your problems through this community that we've all talked about. You'll talk to your classmates, you'll talk to your colleagues, ideas blossom, support systems pop up, and you realize, first and foremost, you're not alone. There's a community of support out there, and that, yes, you will get through it. In dentistry, we're very fortunate to have the guidance of the American Dental Association, the Ohio Dental Association. The information and leadership provided through these organizations has been invaluable. We've had daily and weekly emails, checklists for safety and reopening procedures, guidelines on navigating federal and state programs. We were so much more prepared to embrace this change because of that leadership. Even in speaking with other medical professionals whose organizations didn't have the type of leadership that ours had, because dentistry is still rooted in an independent organizational model. There are still many private practices, in fact, mostly private practices. In many of the other medical models, you'll see they are clinic or hospital-based, where it's the clinic or the hospital. We have the organizations, we have the community to help support you in your individual needs. Many of you are likely members of a student dental association, and you're familiar with the concept of a professional society. As you go through your education, I encourage you, stick with it. And when you get beyond it, stick with it. Why do you need to participate in this? I mean, the reality of it is you can get continuing education anywhere you go. You can go pick any city you want to go to, pick any topic, and you'll find the combination you want. Anyone in your class is just a text or a FaceTime call away. So what does a society bring? We call it the tripartite, and it's the ADA, the ODA, and then for here, it's the Greater Cleveland Dental Society. And those three components will be found anywhere that you enter practice. The tripartite is the framework of our profession. It brings together the dental professionals across all the different practices, specialties, educational backgrounds, and it's how information is shared in our profession on topics ranging from trends in dentistry to educational opportunities, navigating legal issues, who can help you negotiate practice purchase agreements and associateships, who advocates on national and state levels to be sure our issues and concerns are dealt with. That's all done by our societies, and it's your membership that empowers the leaders of those organizations to develop those programs and benefits. As you move into the commitments of a work environment, maintaining connections is very difficult. Local societies bridge that gap. Don't become a dentist to go live in an office and ignore the community of providers around you. Become a dentist to be a part of that community. And as a member of your local society, those connections are just an email or a phone call away. There's many levels of membership, and you can be as involved as you'd like to. Not everyone's interested to participate on committees or in a leadership role, and that's totally fine. But there are people who are dedicated and very invested in making sure that our profession has all of the needs, all of the wants, all of the evolution that we all require to be successful. So your commitment to the organizations is what will empower the moving forward of our profession as a whole. The community and the society that I've spoken of, Dean Chance, Dr. Oceanero, that is something that you guys should carry with you throughout the rest of your careers, through the next 30, 40, 50, 60 years of success that you're going to have. And we look forward to having you be a part of it. It's been created, modified, improved, and rebuilt many times over through generations of dental professionals that have preceded you, and now it's your opportunity. I speak for our entire profession. Like everyone else said, we're all very excited to see the amazing futures that you guys will create in the coming years. And you will develop into the next face of the dental profession. Thank you all very much for your time. I certainly wish you all the best, and welcome to dentistry.
Good morning. My name is Dr. Kristen Williams. I'm the Assistant Dean for Admissions and Student Affairs. We are getting prepared to present the white coats. Nadine Abdelhak. Serene Abdu Hebden. Vanessa Aderty. Zain Ahmed. Khalid Ali. Kristen Alamnario. Noor Altaba. Hunain Arbaji. Jayla Arnold. Chensing B. Vasily Bletsos. Olivia Bodner. Jessica Boomhauer. Orlando Colon de Feria. Jenna DeBoule. Gabrielle Dean. Rachel Elkowitz. Gabrielle Evers. Emily Fromell. Sithaja Gade. Savannah Hardy. Tanner Hauptman. Shannon Holt. Claire Sue. Hangkun Hu. Sophia Iwazaki. Sean Jiang. Mina Karami. Omar Kasim. Jazz Kaur. Zion Khan is unable to join us today. Elias Kawam. Edward Kim. Joseph Kim. Nathan Kirk. Eva Komernicki. Chelsea Cornmeal. Kaylee Koski. Jake Cosman. Jean Lee. Ji Wan Lee. Matthew Lima. Mei Lin. Kevin Lingle. Luke Loyola. Kia Lusk. Henriette Tagot. Kyle McKelvey. Mina Marcos. Tawfiq Nahas. Nava Najah. Margot Nash. Kayla Nero. Sierra Norvell. Juliette Polisak. Pujin Patel. Nulam Pham. Rohitha Polasani. Caitlin Ryan. Sosana Saad. Zora Sahiholnasab. Yusuf Savaya. Ali Shakibi. Wen Shan Shi. Kan Wu Shin. Eduardo Simo Mirando. Ganeet Singh. Mikola Steskiv. Samantha Swetnatsky. Ali Tagizadin Jazdin. Okay, close. Thank you. Shu Tu. Walker Waimura. Brett Walker. Amy Wang. Kai Wu. Sang Wan Yoon. And Leslie Yu. Before we continue and do the professional oath, I want to thank everyone for making this happen in this unique year. Thank you for Dr. Chance, our dean, our vice dean, Dr. Dale Bauer, Dr. Oceanero, Dr. Schneider, and student Dr. Clement, Dr. Leon, all for being a part, as well as thank you for all of the staff of the admissions, the student affairs, and the alumni for making it happen and putting this together. We're going to recite the oath. I'm going to need you to stand. It is on the front part of your program. And please say it with me. I pledge myself to the service of humanity, my patients, my community, and my profession. I will use my skills to serve all in need with openness of spirit and without bias. The health and well-being of my patients will be my first consideration. I will hold in confidence all that my patients entrust to me. I will not subordinate the dignity of any person to monetary, scientific, or political ends. I recognize that I have responsibilities to my community to promote its welfare and to speak out against injustice. The high regard of my profession is born of society's trust in its practitioners. I will strive to merit that trust. I will promote the integrity of my profession with the honest and respectful relations with other health professionals. I am indebted to those who have taught me its art and science, and I recognize my responsibility in turn to contribute to the education of those who come after me. I will strive to advance my profession by seeking new knowledge and by re-examining the ideas and practices of the past. I assume these responsibilities knowing that their fulfillment relies upon my own good health. I ask that my colleagues be attentive to my well-being as I will be to theirs. I will seek to improve my practice by maintaining my skills and addressing my mistakes. I take this oath freely and upon my honor. You may be seated.
I want to thank all of our speakers for taking the time to be a part of this special program, welcoming the class of 2025 to our school. I appreciate each one of you. Thank you to Dr. Kristen Williams for all of your hard work ensuring this program is special to all of us. Students, following the program, there will be light refreshments offered near the Sims Lab. You will have the opportunity to guide your guests around Sampson Pavilion and take photos in the photo booth located in the Winter Garden. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your day. Congratulations again.